Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to announce the Crusaders team to play the Lions in the Super Final 2017. It's an unchanged 23. Number 1, Joe Moody. Number 2, Cody Taylor. Number 3, Owen Franks. 4, Scott Barrett. 5, and captain Sam Whitelock. 6, Jordan Talfoa. 7, Matt Todd and vice captain. Number 8, Kieran Reid. 9, Bryn Hall. 10, Richie Mawanga. 11, Sita Tamani Valu. Number 12, Ryan Crotty, vice captain. Number 13, Jack Goodhue. Number 14, Israel Dagg. And number 15, David Havili. 16, Ben Fennell. 17, Wyatt Crockett. 18, Michael Alatoa. Number 19, Luke Romano. Number 20, Pete Samu. 21, Mitchell Drummond. 22, Mitchell Hunt. And 23, George Bridge. Any questions? Is that good? I thought it was pretty good. I didn't stumble. Thanks, mate. Some feedback on the back of the room there.
A couple of days before the big final, how are your team feeling?
Yeah, great. We've acclimatised well. We love the attitude. We toured well here earlier on in the year. We've got a good history over here. And Monte Casino, the Johannesburg winter's probably just a little bit more balmy than our Christchurch currently. So it's good to get away, and we've got a lot of well wishes while we're here, but we settled well, thank you.
Does it feel slightly different, Coach? Does it feel like you're preparing for a final?
Yeah, look, we're a little bit isolated here, which is good in some ways. Like, we haven't been around too much hype. We get the odd news article here and there, but when you hear there's going to be 63,000 people at Ellis Park, you're known for a big one when the people are by on emotion and they know it's going to be a big occasion. So we're well aware of what's ahead of us.
Scott, there's much change in terms of the tactics this week, going up against the Lions in the dry conditions.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely a technical change from the weeks gone past in regards to the wet weather conditions that we've had against the Chiefs and the Highlanders. And it's a final, so we know the important areas of the game. Like, defence is obviously critical, and refs come into play, and it's a different level, a different intensity. So we'll be prepared for all of it so far.
Scott, what have you made out of the semi-final against the Hurricanes? What have you taken out of that match?
That's a good question, actually. We've taken a lot. We know they can punt a ball a mile, and look, tactically around the kicking, our ability. We've got some big kickers, long kickers in our team. We've worked, make sure that we understand their strengths and what the Hurricanes did. And obviously, it was a game of two halves, and tactically the Lions changed when they needed to, and so the learnings from that game was critical for us without giving it too much away. We know that we have to be really smart.
You've got a couple of big name players in your team. What contribution would you look at those guys making in what's going to be a pressure atmosphere situation on Saturday?
Oh, look, we've got some guys that have played some test match football here. We've got a lot of All Blacks that have come here and tasted success and defeat. It's an occasion for big players to stand up, and our boys and our players understand the occasion, how big it is for Johan and his team, and how tight they are, and they've got a great culture, and it's a special occasion for them. And the other night, it's a special occasion for us too. It's been a long time, and we've been to this big dance a few times and haven't and performed. So for us, it is emotional, and the big boys, all our team are excited by the opportunity.
Scott, does it weigh heavily on you guys the fact that the last 10 years you played 4 playoff matches here, Super Rugby, and you lost them on the high field?
Oh, you can look at it that way. You can look at it that way, or we can look at this team as it's a bit different. It's our chance to make history. We've done that. The Crusaders have paved the way over a lot of years in the Super history of Super Rugby, which we've created it, and everyone's trying to catch it. Been in a number of super finals. I think it's our 13th, 12th, 13th, maybe 14th, or something. Sounds good. One of those numbers is pretty high, and no one sort of kicked across the seat and performed over here on the final. So it's a great opportunity, a great challenge to be the first. We won our first 3 super finals away, and in those days, there was a lot of strong teams across all the provinces and all the countries. Now we've got another opportunity in front of us to create our own history again. But this group, it's a special group.
Scott, just a word on the kicking. Obviously, you have to adjust for coming and playing altitude.
Yeah.
And just a word on Richie Martin's goal kicking coming to the final.
Look, just mentioned before around the kicking. We've got some guys that can punt a long way. We know they've got guys that can potentially punt a bit further. So Liam McDonald's done a great job this week in the back three, making sure, and he's done it himself, played as well, and making sure that we get that right. And tactically, our ability to look after Nyenchis and his great left boot, and Combrick can kick in a mile, and they all can kick, so they're all pretty sharp. What was the last part of the question, sorry?
Just Richie, his goal kicking, your confidence in that?
Yeah, he's kicking it from about 65, 70 at the moment. No, I don't know, actually, I haven't seen him all week. I just leave that to Brad Moore. But be right Saturday. He's confident, he's played well in this final series, and amazing young kid with a big future, so he's got a big game temperament, he'll be fine.
He's got a lot of concern over the nationality of the referee. Is that concern justified?
Good question and well put. Very diplomatic of you. Yako's a quality ref. We got asked to rank our refs before this final series who would be number one, and we said Yako, and he deserves it on that alone. Sanzo appoint the best ref, not who's playing in the final, and we trust their selection and their selection policy. Yako's experienced, he's resilient. I think that's the foremost thing that you put in mind if you're going to have a ref, and the nature it is, being his homeland country, you have to have him resilient, ref what's in front of him, take the emotion out of it. So we can't ask for more than someone like Yako who's got those capabilities.
Scott, most of this season you guys haven't committed too many guys to the breakdown. You prefer to have a really strong defensive line.
Yes.
Does that sort of need to change a bit on at altitude on a fast-paced pitch?
Oh, look, you still need to slow the ball down in different ways, which we've been good at all year. Our discipline has been good in the finals. We know the Lions have given away penalties away in the competition to date, so they go hard at the ruck and the breakdown, but they also get the most turnovers, so we're well aware of their strengths. They're big men and they carry hard, so look, we've got to be smart around that area, and it's no different than any other week. With the South African sides, they've got their strengths, and we've got a style and the way we defend, so it's going to be a good challenge, and we've got to get their balance and discipline right. Yeah.
The Hurricanes ran out of the puff there in the second half there. Maybe started too fast. They got their reward early on, but as the game went on, Lions came back at them. The way you guys approaching the game, also to saying, what do you think? Just pace yourselves? Or?
No, you've got to score points to win in finals. So the Hurricanes didn't quite score enough today. There was opportunities and there were some key moments in the game around, just before half-time, which everyone's talked about. They could have gone out with a couple of line-outs they missed on the Hurricane. So the Lions line that they didn't quite nail. And in the second half, the yellow card really swung it. They probably would have a lot more out of their bench, I think, the Hurricanes. And they got finished over the top of. And the Lions scored a lot of points in the last part of the second half. So we're well aware of that strength that they've got. And we're fit. We're a fittest team. It's Crusaders team that's been around for a long time, so we'll trust that.
Scott, I think territory, the importance of territory is probably a given for most people.
Yeah.
Last weekend, you guys won without a lot of possession. How important is possession going to be on Saturday?
Well, we won't win if we only have 19% of the ball. We can't defend for 80 odd percent in ragdown possession. So we did a great job with it around the Chiefs, and the week before it was opposite. We held the ball. So look, on the Vout, you can't do it, as you said. It's a little bit different. So we'll have to get the territory and possession stats right to give ourselves a good chance against a pretty accomplished Lions side. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
It sounded good to me. Yeah.
Scott, do you feel as if these two teams being the two best teams in competition bring back some sort of credibility to competition that a lot of people have questioned, Super Rugby the way it is?
Oh, I think the final's fitting. Look, I it's not for my job as a coach to start commenting on the credibility of the competition. It's my job as a coach to get the guys ready to play the game that's in front of them and prepare the best they possibly can. And there's 63,000 people at Ellis Park, so that tells you something. People know there's a big occasion, otherwise they wouldn't turn up to watch it. And there's different paths that both teams are taking to get here. I don't think you can not argue it's probably the best two teams, and it's pretty exciting.
Scott, there were some concerns on the fitness of Kieran Reid and Franks after the Chiefs game. Are they all?
100%. Yeah, 100. They're good. They're fighting fit. They've travelled well and they train around all week. So hence they're named, which is great. Good to name an unchanged 23 in 3 weeks in a row for us. It's the first time we've done it all this year. I think I just made that up. Have we, Juliet?
Yeah.
We named it all 3 times? Don't know. Yep. Next.
Scott, we obviously heard about the state of emergency a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
How much motivation does that give the boys? I mean, knowing that people back home have gone through a bit of a tough time, does that help lift and make it more important?
Yeah, we've got amazing supporters. It hasn't been the most tropical winter at home, to be fair. And to get everyone to turn out on on a pretty chilly night against our southerly neighbours that had got battered as well, the Highlanders. And I think, 2 weeks in a row, have a bit of tough weather, and for them, they'll be getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning at home and watching it, and we'll definitely be playing for them. We've got a great supporter base, we've got a great history, and the boys, the locals and our whole area from top of the south to just above Oamaru there are right behind us, and they care. We've sold our stadium out 3 times this year, but the weather got better than in the last few weeks, and they'll probably love to be here, and 20 odd degrees and 4 o'clock on the Ellis Park, but we know they'll be at home with a cup of tea.
Talking about the weather, given how wet it's been, has practicing here revealed anything new, any differences to your approach?
Yeah, look, we got Justin Marshall training today with a singlet on. He was outstanding. It was quality to come in. We just needed some numbers on feet. He only started 1 fight, and he was it was quite quality. Oh no, it was good. On a serious note, I know I'm joking there, but it was great to have an old stalwart come in, and we only allowed to take 25 on tour, and when you train and you sort of want to have 15 on 15, and we had the old physio and trainers on the field to us to give some numbers in the defensive line. So the training has been good, and it's been great. Not having to wear beanies and a couple of extra jackets. So the weather's appreciable this time of year.
Scott, on a more personal note, not too many coaches have won Super Rugby as players and coaches. What would it mean to you to?
Yeah, look. Geez, I haven't looked at it that way. To be fair, it'd be pretty emotional, really, if boys, to do it as a player and understand how much it meant to me and the team and our a group of men. Look, I've had so many messages, support, emails and texts of a lot of the old crew and the recently current crew have been right behind us. They know how special this group is, and they know something special there. So to do it as a coach and a player would be amazing.